Look at the man you've been lately. Not the version you present, the actual version, the one that's been drifting, going through motions, slowly forgetting what he was supposed to become. That's not who you are. That's who you became when you chose comfort over growth long enough that the choice stopped feeling like a choice. Today that changes, not with motivation, with decision. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you have power over your mind, not outside events, not inspiration, not circumstances aligning, not the right moment finally arriving. Your own decision, right now. 3 movements: reset, restart, refocus, and 2 disciplines that hold everything together. Let's begin. 1. Reset. Stop dragging the corpse of who you were. You cannot build forward while carrying everything that already failed. The mistakes, the collapses, the moments you didn't rise when you should have. Most men wear these things like identity, as if what happened before is a reliable prediction of what comes next. It is not. The man you were yesterday has no claim on the man you decide to be starting now. That's not wishful thinking. That's the most honest position available to you. Marcus Aurelius was clear. The past is beyond us. Done. What matters is what you do next. Every chain you continue to carry is energy that belongs to what's ahead, spent on what's already finished. Cut the chains. Not dramatically, simply. The decision to stop allowing what happened to dictate what's possible. You are not your failures. You are not the version of yourself that gave up. That man is finished. What stands here now is something the world has not seen yet. Let it emerge. 2. Restart. Building from rubble is not weakness. Most men fear starting over. They fear the exposure of being a beginner again, the awkwardness of facing something difficult without the protection of accumulated competence. Seneca wrote that difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Your old structure collapsed. Good. That is your foundation now, not despite the collapse, because of it. A man who has never had to rebuild from genuine loss does not know what he is actually capable of. The man who has rebuilt does. And that knowledge, earned through the specific discomfort of reconstruction, is not available any other way. Nobody will applaud the early stages of this. Nobody will mark the mornings you showed up when everything argued against it. That is the point. The forge operates in silence. The blade does not form during the performance. It forms in the unglamorous, unwitnessed application of heat and time. Restart does not mean returning to what was. It means constructing what never existed before, brick by brick, session by session, without waiting for conditions to improve before you begin. Before we continue, this is where most people quit. If you're still here, you're different. Subscribe to this channel. Not for motivation, but for mental tools you can actually use. In a world of noise, we offer direction. In a world of distraction, we build discipline. Hit that subscribe button now. Let's continue. 3. Refocus. Declare war on everything that doesn't serve the mission. Look at where your attention actually goes on a given day, not where you intend it to go, where it actually goes. Most men, if they examine this honestly, find that the majority of their energy is consumed by things that have no relationship to what they claim to be building. Epictetus said that we are not disturbed by events, but by the views we take of them. Focus is not a skill, it is armor, and most men have left it unguarded. Every scroll that serves nothing, every conversation that drains without contributing, every comfortable distraction dressed as necessary rest, these are not neutral choices. They are theft of time that cannot be recovered, of energy that belongs to the work. Success does not belong to the man who attempts everything. It belongs to the man who locks onto one thing with ruthless, sustained intent and refuses to be redirected. The world will attempt to redirect you constantly. Notifications, opinions, the noise of people who are not building anything demanding your attention as if their assessment of your choices carries weight. It does not. Your mission deserves your life. Give it that. Cut everything else with the precision of a man who understands that his time is finite and his focus is the only real currency he has. 4. Guard your energy with the same seriousness you guard everything else. Not everyone who approaches you deserves access to what you carry. There are people whose primary function in any interaction is extraction. They arrive with apparent warmth and consistent need. They take energy, time, and attention. And when you are empty, they ask for more. A man who allows this without boundary is not being generous. He is being careless with a resource that is genuinely finite. Epictetus was clear that it is not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters, and the response that protects everything you're building is simple: distance, not announced, not explained, just enacted. The people who deserve your presence will demonstrate that through their own conduct over time. The ones who don't will reveal it just as clearly. Your responsibility is to observe accurately and act accordingly. Guard your energy, not out of coldness, out of the recognition that your mission cannot afford the cost of people who treat your presence as something owed to them. 5. Discipline is not emotional, it is structural. You will not always feel like doing the work. That is not a problem to solve. That is the condition under which the work must be done. Marcus Aurelius wrote that things cannot shape our decisions without our permission. Feelings are among those things. They inform. They do not command, not unless you grant them that authority. The man who waits to feel ready before he acts will wait indefinitely, because the feeling of readiness is produced by action, not by preparation for action. You become ready by starting, not before. Discipline does not ask how you feel. It does not negotiate with your current emotional state. It simply applies the standard, consistently, in the sessions where lowering it would cost nothing visible and produce no immediate consequence. Those are the sessions that matter most, because character is not forged in the moments of external pressure where you have no choice. It is forged in the invisible moments where you did have a choice and chose the harder thing anyway. Every time you move when you don't feel like moving, you cast a vote for the man you are becoming. Accumulate enough of those votes and the identity becomes undeniable. To yourself first, then to everyone else. 5 movements. Reset what no longer serves. Restart from wherever you actually are. Refocus on what actually matters. Guard your energy from what drains without contributing, and move by discipline, not by feeling. None of this requires the right circumstances. None of it requires motivation to arrive first. It requires one decision, made now, not tomorrow, not when conditions improve. The forge does not wait for perfect conditions. It operates under whatever conditions exist, and it produces something real from whatever material is available. You are the forge. You are also the material. Get to work. Tell me in the comments. Which of these 5 is the one that hit closest? That answer is your starting point.